Hello, you're welcome. In this video, we're going to be looking at how you can use the difference arrows as well as the CAGR arrows in ThinkCell. And I'll be demonstrating this in a way that you will understand and be able to use this effectively. So the first that we're going to be looking at is the difference arrows. So for the difference arrows, we're going to be looking at two types of difference arrows. We are going to be looking at the level difference arrows and the total difference arrows. And after we've done this, we'll now move to the CAGR arrows. So let's start by inserting our chart. So I will select my chart here. I will select this stacked column chart and I will create it here. So here I have my chart. I can just change this series. I can give it any name. So let's use fruits in this case. So I will enter apple here, orange, banana. So for the level difference arrow, it actually helps us see the difference between two levels. It is different from the total difference arrows, which helps us see the difference between two totals. So we'll start with the level difference arrows. To insert the level difference arrows, you select the two levels that you want to insert these level difference arrows for. So in my case, I will select this, then hold on to my shift and then select the second one. So what I will now do is to right click and then select this add level difference arrow. And you can see here that it has successfully been added. And you can see that the difference between this very level and this other level is an addition of 65%. So we have different options when we want to customize this very arrow or make adjustments based on what we want. So if I double click on this, you can see that it gives me my arrows in the two sides. Now, if I want my arrow downwards, that's calculating the difference downwards, I can still double click and you can see now that it is a negative 39%, unlike what we had before. So the difference between this level and this other level when we calculate downwards is a negative 39%. But when we double click again, you see that it gives us a positive 65% when it is upwards. We can customize this arrow by just clicking on it and selecting this text, then selecting any color that we want. So we can change this to red. We can also change the text that we have inside here by selecting this text color and changing it, in this case, to red. We can rotate this depending on what we want. We can still change the background color if we so wish. You can see. So there are different kinds of adjustments we can make. We can change this to add decimals, and we can still change this to absolute. So you can see that this is an addition of 17 when we change to absolute. We can change this to both absolute and relative. Let's just keep it as percentage. Now this is for our level difference arrow. So to add our total difference arrows, we can just come here, select and right click. Then here we add the total difference arrows. So this is the total difference arrows now added for the total from 2023 to 2024. You can see the difference. So if we want to change this, maybe we want to make it 2024 to 2025, we can just select it and then move this arrow here and also move this one here. We can still move this to this very point, as you can see. So this is now from 2024 to 2023. You can see it's giving us a negative value. The same way we'll be able to change colors here. We can still change the colors that we have here. Selecting this and then selecting any color that we want. And even for this text, we can still change the color of the text. We can rotate if we so wish. We can still change the background color and the thickness. In this case, we can still change to add decimals or change our absolute to relative or have both of them display. Now, I forgot to add that here we can change the direction of our arrows. So I can move this arrow to any point that I want. So you can see I've moved it in here. I can move it to this point if I want, depending on what I really want for my analysis. So let me just take it back to where it was before. I just wanted to demonstrate how you can move this arrow. And for this, you can always move it to any point that you want as well. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is how you can add the CAGR arrow. So to add the CAGR arrow, you just select this and then right click, and here you have add compound growth arrow. So this is the compound growth arrow now. We can still change the color of this and even the color of the text. If we want, we can rotate the text. We just have different options depending on what we want to do. So we can adjust. Currently, we have from 2023 to 2025. We can adjust this to 2024 to 2025. We can still bring this back to 2023 to 2024. So we have different options when it comes to the adjustments we can make to this CAGR arrow. And this is just it about this video. We've been able to see how we can add CAGR arrows, how we can add difference arrows, both the level difference arrows and the total difference arrows. And I hope you've been able to find this video helpful. Please, if you have, kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.